this road come about? So in 1734, Henry Willis purchased this land. It was agricultural land, and it's likely that this road got its start as an agricultural trail. So it's in that most basic sense of definition of saying it's a way to move goods and people from place to place. But it's really just a trail. Can you really call it a road? It's not until 1817, when John Welford purchases the land, that it starts to become formalized. And he's likely the one who built these walls. We can certainly understand why the wall on this side of the road would have been built, to make sure that this hill doesn't fall into the road, disrupting traffic. But what about the wall behind you on the east side? What's its purpose over there? Perhaps, as you said, sir, it's a way to delineate his property. Maybe it's a way to keep livestock off of the road. Maybe it's a way to keep the people who are on the road off of his property. This wasn't a standalone road. This was actually a portion of what was called the Telegraph Road. And we don't see these walls on the entire length of the Telegraph Road, just along his property. So most likely it was his way of separating out his property from this road. Then, of course, historically, we're going to next come to a very important event, the Battle of Fredericksburg. But I need you to bear with me. We're going to get to that battle down the road. Thank you. But for now, we're going to move past it. So after the war, the town also has to move past it, move past this battle. And how can you do that? Something so horrific that took place here. There's two ways to move past it. One is to return to your lives, rebuild. People returned to the town and started to rebuild their houses. Town expanded. This used to be Spotsylvania County. So after the battle, this road went back to being, in its traditional sense, a road of moving goods and people. This used to be the way into town, the way down to the courthouse. And then town expanded, coming up onto Willis Street. We've got this neighborhood behind you now. This is covering up the landscape, covering up the battlefield. In a way, it's a way to put it out of your mind, go back to your life. But there's another way that the town decides that they're going to try and move on, and it's through commemoration. Commemorating the sacrifice that took place here, the lives that were cut short here, the compassion that was shown. And these efforts to remember these events were varied and sometimes took a long time. In 1927, the park was first established, and at this time it was not with the Park Service. This was under the War Department. And when it was established, it actually didn't really own any of the land here. It owned about 2,000 acres of land southwest of town in Spotsylvania County. So how on earth can you take this iconic, important portion of the battlefield and remember it when you don't even own it? Cars are still traveling on this. So the park put up signs, plaques to commemorate. Perhaps it was a way for the motorists going through to read it and remember.